guys, how's it going? It's Al. DraftKings Reignmakers is a thing, and it is week 5, and we're going to talk about the optimal lineup and what it's going to cost you to build it at the core and or the rare lineup levels at those 2 tiers. There are 5 tiers in this game for those of you who might be new, and I know that there's a lot of people who are new to playing Reignmakers on DraftKings. There is the core tier, which is if you're just dipping your toes in the waters, that's where you should be starting. It is the cheapest level and the easiest to build a lineup. Then is the rare, elite, legendary, and at the top, the nosebleed section. That's the Reignmakers tier. Those cards can cost you between $3,000 and $30,000 a piece, but the core tier ones you can get for like $5. So like you can build a lineup for like a good lineup, a tournament style lineup for like $40 to $50 max. Some of the lineups this week based on the pricing of the cards is going to come in above that, but you can build your stacks and find ways to have a good tournament lineup to enter in core, and there are no fees to enter any of the games in Reignmakers. The fee is the cards. As long as you have the cards in your wallet that can make a viable lineup for any of the slates that are out there, you can play the game. We're going to focus on the main slate, 5-card lineup, 1 QB, 1 running back, a wide receiver / tight end, and a flex player. So let's go.
He's a legend.
The week 5 Smiz Gang Listener League is 5,500 people, and I am pretty sure that this is going to fill by like lunchtime on Saturday. It's going to make it past Friday, but it ain't going to make it that far. So if you want to get in, it is not a lobby game. You have to go through the link to get to the league. You can do it on mobile. You can do it on desktop. It works on either. Smizzle.tv/links will take you there. It has the links to the Listener League as well as everything else. It is a $10, 3 max, $55,000 in the prize pool, but absolutely no rake. The best tournament on DraftKings. And I will shout out the winners, the top 10, on the recap video that I do every Monday on this channel. So make sure that you go to smizzle.tv/links and find your way into the Listener League tournament this week. Do not miss. Do not get shut out again of the best tournament on DraftKings. Gonna fill probably on Saturday. The number 1 player, I focus first, we're going to talk about the superstars, right? Because in Reignmakers, the superstars can only get played 1 per lineup. So most of your lineups are going to have one of these guys. There are like 17 or whatever of the superstars that are out there, 17, 18, I don't know the exact number, whatever. Go look it up if you want. It's around that number. They're going to be changing some of these. Some guys are going to fall off the superstars list. Some people are going to be added to the superstars list. DraftKings released all the regulations for that. Like a superstar will never be a stack. So if a quarterback is already a superstar and they're going to be a superstar, the wide receiver or tight ends from that stack will not become one. Like Patrick Mahomes is a superstar. So Travis Kelce will not be one. So they're not going to keep you from stacking, but a quarterback running back can be, kind of like Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler are both superstars right now and cannot ever be used in the same lineup because you get 1 superstar max per lineup. Cooper Kupp is the number 1 superstar. Once again, I'm probably going to have to retire a couple of people from this video, and Cooper Kupp is one of the guys who's going to end up getting retired because every single week he is the top superstar on projection and in reality with like 30 DraftKings points plus or minus, give or take, in 3 of the first 4 weeks. He is the easiest spot to plug into a lineup and give yourself a super high floor to get into the money. He is going to cost you a little bit though, but at the core tier, it's not, and like $20 is not too much to pay for 30 points a game. It really isn't. The superstars at the lower tiers, core and rare, tend to stay a little bit cheaper for a couple of reasons. One, superstars are locked to their tier. If you have a Cooper Kupp core, you cannot play him in the rare tier games. If you have a Cooper Kupp rare, you cannot play him in elite, and so on and so forth. Elite can't play to legendary. Legendary superstars cannot play to Reignmaker. So people will buy the superstar in the tier that they are and then buy the tier down cards who are not superstars that they can call up. So Cooper Kupp stays down at like $20. A very cheap way to access an average of 30 points per game. I think he's averaging like 29 point X per game right now. He is the optimal superstar pretty much every week. As you can see, the superstar prices are not all that expensive. And Justin Jefferson, his price is, I believe, $14, $13.80 for a core Justin Jefferson. Like I said, the superstar cards, not expensive, parking right behind Cooper Kupp, but like 5.5 points lower on average points per game. But a spike week player every time that he takes the field. His rare card, look at this one, $68 if you're playing in rare. Not a lot for the type of production that you can get from Justin Jefferson. The next player on optimal that is a superstar is Christian McCaffrey. We finally saw a return to the type of day that Christian McCaffrey can have, what we're used to, right, from Christian McCaffrey last week, where that 25 plus points, 9 targets, hopefully that sustains moving forward. $10 for a Christian McCaffrey core. You know, Al, I don't have a lot of money. I don't want to put a lot of money. I can't spend thousands of dollars on a card. You can get Christian McCaffrey 10 hooves, bro. It's not all that expensive to play this game at the core tier. If you're new, want to dip your toes, perfect way to fill that running back spot on your team with a guy that you know is perfect for DraftKings scoring. Eckler is in that range as well. You know, and there's plenty of running backs that are out there that you can build your lineups with. If you wanted to discuss Reignmakers with our entire community, you've got to go to smizzle.tv/HQ. That'll get you to this page on OpenSea, where we have the Smiz Gang HQ key, which gets you access to the token locked part of our Discord. Go to smizzle.tv/Discord. See, I try to make it as easy as possible. The key costs 0.1 Ethereum. It gets you access to those locked HQ rooms in our Discord, where you can surround yourself with our entire community of people that are trying to take advantage of the fact that Reignmakers is a market game. You have to make market decisions before the crowd does. That is what we specialize on, because the most consistent money that you're going to make in Reignmakers is through the market. Think about it like this. Reignmakers is a market game that then has bonus bucks you can win in DFS contests on the weekend, and not the other way around. It's not a DFS game that also has a market. You have to think about it in the right order, and you need to join the Discord, smizzle.tv/Discord, if you want to do that. Partner that with the key, and you have yourself the best channels that are out there to discuss Reignmakers at a very, very, very high level. Looking at our non-superstars now, the non-superstars you can call up to the division above. So your non-superstars, as you're going to find out and you can see, are more expensive than the superstars. So the Jalen Hurts cores can be called up to rare to be the one rare card that, or the one core card that you can play in a rare lineup. So he's more expensive. Cooper Kupp is $20. Jalen Hurts, $29, $30 for the cheapest one that you can find at the core tier. His rare card, $154, $120. Typically rares sit about 5x of core. Like if you're looking for some a multiplier to see like what is kind of the pricing of this, where should it be? The floor core is usually 5 times less than the floor rare of that player's card. Now, a common question that is asked is, what do the different sets mean? You can see that this one is a booster set, a prize set, an elevate, a momentum, genesis. Feel free to be set agnostic when it comes to building your lineups. They make no difference when it comes to the DFS score in the tournaments on the weekends. Momentum scores the same as a genesis, which scores the same as a booster or a prize. If Jalen Hurts has X amount of points, every one of his core level cards or every tier card is going to score the exact same. It matters for something called franchise score, which is a collection score, right? So like they add that up, and then there's bonus prizes. I think I'm like in the top 40 or something on collection score with my collection in Reignmakers, and I think that I got like $75 this week for being there. So like the higher up the list you are on franchise score, the bigger bonuses you get in DK dollars. So the highest ones would be for scoring. You get a bigger bonus for having a genesis card than an elite, than an elevate, bigger score for elevate than for a momentum, then booster, then prize, whatever. Like it just kind of goes down to those sorts of levels. But genesis usually will have a higher price tag, as you can see, with the genesis core being $43 and the cheapest one being $29, because franchise score matters to some people and they're trying to level that up. But like in terms of gameplay, it does not matter. I'm probably going to have to retire Jalen Hurts, at least for now. As I said, in week 9, they're going to revisit and change some of the superstar tags on these cards. Jalen Hurts is going to become a superstar. There's no way that he does not get superstar status in week 9. The only way he wouldn't would be in case of possibly an injury. He just does too much. High floor, and it's extremely, like, he's one of the most powerful cards in the game right now, because you can play another superstar. Like you could have a Jalen Hurts Cooper Kupp lineup. That should not be a thing, and it won't be a thing past week 9. The next non-superstar quarterback is Tom Brady. As you can see, his floor card at the core level, way less pricey. I think I had him at $14 this morning when I wrote these down, and now somebody has undercut a little bit. It's now $12.98 I think this was the one that was up before. Now the booster one is up for 12. You can get a Tom Brady for like 12 bucks. You could build a Tom Brady stack. Brady, Godwin. You could build a double stack. Brady, Godwin, Evans. It would not be that difficult for you to go and do that. And that's kind of that $40, $50 lineup that I'm trying to tell you that you can build in these sorts of games to play the GPPs that are attached. Brady in a very good situation this week, playing against Atlanta. They've allowed the 4th most red zone trips to opposing teams this year. They have not played they played one good quarterback, but that quarterback is Matthew Stafford, who is struggling mightily because of the 5 guys that are in a 3-point stance in front of him not being able to block literally anything this year. So Tom Brady now with all of his weapons back makes for a fantastic play and is the second highest projected non-superstar quarterback that is out there. If you have a core, if you're building a rare lineup, you can take your core and play it up in rare. If you wanted to finish off your Evans or Godwin stacks in that manner. At running back, Nick Chubb. I know I can't use him in the 5 for 5 video that comes out on Saturdays on the main channel, but I can sure as hell use him in this one. Nick Chubb, a non-superstar, very easy to play up, and everybody in ReignMakers games is really low played because the cards are all over the place, right? And you can only play who you have. So there's never like, I have not seen any player above like 15% in any of the tournaments that I've been in. You're going to get Nick Chubb or anybody that you play, even as highly projected as he is as a non-superstar running back, for like 20 bucks, right? It's not that hard to get him. And it's that expensive because you could play him up in rare. You see what the rare tier cards cost at every single guy that we've hit. The core tier cards being able to play up in a rare, and you need 4 rare and 1 core to play up. People are choosing these high optimal cards that are non-superstars, Jalen Hurts, Nick Chubb, and so on and so forth, to play up because they have these really high ceilings, 20 to 40 point ceilings, that is allowing people access to the top scores out there at the rare tier. The second running back is Leonard Fournette, and look at the price difference. $8 for Uncle Lenny at core that you could play. If you're a rare player this week, a 5-box running back, gonna get it, playing at home, is favored, gets the inside the 5 carries, definitely involved in the passing game, right? 6 targets in week 3, 7 targets in week 4. This might be one of the best values on the slate. If you weren't going to play Brady, going to a Leonard Fournette card to pivot off of everybody who's going to play Brady and Evans and Godwin, going to Fournette at your running back spot and building around another stack is a very viable route to go this week. And like I said, not expensive. It's not expensive. If you're an elite player and you want to pull up 1 core card, that Leonard Fournette is only going to run you $55, $51 for a momentum. Very affordable card. Part of that, sub $50 lineup if you were choosing to try and build a stack this week at the core tier. Steph Diggs is one of the most powerful cards in the game and is another player, the third and final player that I'm probably going to have to cut out of this video. I'm not going to be able to talk about Steph Diggs anymore because I have to talk about Steph Diggs literally every week. The Bills pass the ball over expectation more than any other team in the league. They are a pass-first offense that throws it like 70% of the time. And with Gabriel Davis not being able to cut because his ankle injury seems much worse than it is, right? Like, it's like much worse than it's been reported. Like, he's playing, but like, it's this. He's active, but he's like active. He's out there being a decoy because he can't put his foot in the ground, and he can't plant, and he can't change direction. So Steph Diggs and McKenzie and everybody else are seeing elevated targets around him. If you want to play Steph Diggs, and like I said, will never be a superstar because Josh Allen is the superstar already, will not lose superstar status because he is scoring. DraftKings has laid out all the rules of how players could lose superstar status or how they could get superstar status. And Josh Allen is not doing the things that would get his superstar status removed. And a quarterback wide receiver, a quarterback pass catcher will never be 2 superstars in that group, which means that Steph Diggs is entirely safe to be a player that if people have Josh Allen rare, Josh Allen elite, I have a Josh Allen legendary, I don't need to go buy a Steph Diggs legendary to go with my Josh Allen. I can just buy an elite and play him up a tier with my Josh Allen superstar card. Same thing is happening here. So everybody that has a Josh Allen rare there's so much demand for the Steph Diggs core that it almost makes no sense to buy him to play him in that tier. You can find other wide receivers, but because he's the highest projected wide receiver who is not a superstar, I included him in this video, but this is the last one. He is hereby retired. He is in the Ring of Honor. Steph Diggs, Jalen Hurts, as long as he's not a superstar, and Cooper Kupp as a superstar, they're retired. Congratulations to them. They put on their gold ReignMakers jacket and they go into the Ring of Honor. I will not use them in a video the rest of this season. Tyreek Hill is close. I think he's going to get superstar status when week 9 gets here because he does not have a superstar quarterback. He's putting up superstar numbers, second in the league. I mean, he clearly is a superstar, right? Like IRL. Second in the league in terms of air yards, something that I expected. I want to say we as a community expected, but like there were a lot of doubters out there that like, well, they're going to hand him the ball like they did Debo. They're not going to throw the ball downfield because the perception was that Tua sucked and couldn't throw the ball downfield. All of that is out the window, right? At this point, we're believers in how they're going to utilize Tyreek Hill in this offense. Even with Teddy B in last game on Thursday night when Tua left the game because of the awful injury that he suffered, Teddy B was still just firing the ball at Tyreek Hill. And while Teddy B has less efficiency downfield than Tua has or is going to have or potentially has, he's still going to challenge, and there may be higher volume. So while the big splash is going to come less frequently because Teddy B's inefficiency on throws that travel more than 15 yards downfield, he could see a volume increase, 14 targets in that last game. But because he's a non-superstar, you see the hefty price tag, $17 at core, $109, $99 here at rare. That can be moved up to play in the elite tier if that is the tier that you're playing at. If you want to get Tyreek Hill, it's going to cost you for that particular card. There's definitely cheaper routes to go, but he is one of the 3 optimal wide receivers. And our last one on the day is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. Monitor this one, but you're not going to find a cheaper route to Amon-Ra. I believe that he's going to become a superstar after week 9 as long as he can shake this ankle injury. He did apparently miss Thursday's practice today, so monitor tomorrow's practice, because if he is out tomorrow, this price could drop even further down from where it is. And if he gets superstar status at the higher tiers, his card goes up. Superstar status works differently as you move up. A legendary superstar tends to be worth a lot. A ReignMaker superstar is worth a whole lot more because there's only 8 possible. So like you have this powerful card that is nobody else can play, like for showdown games or for main slates. Like I have a ReignMaker tier Patrick Mahomes that I think is an extremely valuable play because nobody else has access to that except me and like 7 other cards possible that are playing at that tier. So Amon-Ra St. Brown might get a price freeze when he gets to superstar status, but if he continues getting the amount of targets that he gets, that at the core tier, I think that superstar rank for him goes up to something like $18 or $20 at that point. And right now he does not have that. So you could definitely play him up if he is active in the rare tier or from rare to elite, projecting for a lot of points this week. Really good matchup for Amon-Ra, and we've seen a ton of volume on a team that is scoring the most points in the league and is giving up the most points in the league. So thank you guys for watching. Look out for another one right there.
He's a legend.